The famous insufferable trans activist Dylan Mulvaney is unfortunately back, and he's getting worse. Dylan is yet again in some controversy, and this time it's due to his new song and music video, Days of Girlhood. As you all know, I can't play the music video due to copyright, but I will read to you some of the lyrics. Girls like me gotta learn the basics. Last look, quick change, sip champagne. Monday can't get out of bed. Tuesday morning pick up meds. Wednesday retail therapy. Cash or credit, I say yes. Thursday had a walk of shame, didn't even know his name. Weekends are for kissing friends. Friday night I'll overspend. Saturday we flirt for drinks, playing wingman to our twinks. Sunday, the Twilight soundtrack cues my breakdown in the bath. These are the days of girlhood. Boys on the dance floor, it's finally clear, the patriarchy's over, you can hold our beer. Back at home, we replay the breakup, stay up all night, fall asleep in our makeup. Mom brought me into the world, sister taught me how to girl, best friend coached me how to text the boy toy that I'm dating next. Girls who helped me show me the way, they're why I'm an it girl today. So according to Dylan, a biological male, what it means to be a woman is you can't get out of bed, you can't remember the names of your many one-night stands, you're financially irresponsible, are popping prescription meds, and having mental breakdowns in bathtubs. This song is a girl power song, but it's a man making fun of women promoting offensive stereotypes about women who sings it. I get why the feminists are mad. The patriarchy is over, but a man became a millionaire by making fun of women claiming to be one himself, trolling the entire United States. I think the patriarchy wins yet again. The audacity for a man to claim that he is as much a woman as his own mother. This song is so offensive it's almost too obvious. So my opinion is, Dylan knows exactly what he's doing. I'm not doubting in any way that he knew, before releasing this song, that people would get mad and offended. I don't think Dylan cares about the hate, because no matter what type of reaction he gets, it doesn't matter if, let's say, 10 million people loved his video or hated his video. Views are views, and money's money. However, I think by being this offensive or by being this controversial, he's to some degree also testing his fans, his woke fans. He wants to know if his fans would still defend him. Of course, I don't know this for sure, but I think Dylan is trying to find out how far he can go, how many times can he cross the line without being cancelled. Every single time people try to cancel Dylan, he uses the I'm a victim of transphobia card.
I've learned that there is nothing wrong with hyperfemininity. It took a long time for me to realize that my interests, specifically the ones that do fall into the very feminine category, does not mean that I am perpetuating stereotypes, so long as those things really do bring me joy.
Oh, the narcissism. As long as I enjoy what I'm doing, I'm not doing anything wrong. That is a slippery slope, my friend. Tuesdays are when I take my hormone injection. Oh yeah, he's saying this because in the lyrics, it says, Tuesday morning pick up meds, when trying to describe women as cray-cray. Remember, he's one of the girls. Which doesn't make sense because why inject yourself with estrogen if you're already a woman? You should already have that in your body. I still get a little scared when I do it because I hate needles, but it ultimately makes me happy. My face is swollen from beard electrolysis yesterday. Is that how you say it? I hide out at home for a few days till it looks better. So Dylan math is, he would rather show his face on the internet in front of 10 million people than 10 people he might run into in public. Due to what? Feeling dysphoric about his beard? Right. I don't buy it. Dylan, the math is not mathing, but the violins in the background here are sure loud. I'm sorry about the lighting, the weather's crazy right now. I've always used humor and campiness to make light of the hard things so life doesn't feel so heavy. My version of womanhood looks really different than most. Wonder why that is. I don't share a good majority of it on here. Oh my god, that's what he meant. Jesus Christ. But I never want my existence to make someone else feel small. Aw, you're so sweet. I'll back off now. I'll delete this video right now. I'll call you she and a woman. I hope one day there will be enough room for the joy and the pain for all of us. Me too. Dylan, why are you wearing a skirt when trying to prove your womanhood to all of us? Why wear a skirt? Believe it or not, but he posted this after receiving a lot of backlash. What he's trying to say here is, don't be mad at me. You should actually feel sorry for me. I'm just a poor trans person and I can't do anything wrong. Or maybe he's trying to gaslight here? Why are you all so mad at me? I'm just trying to live my life as the woman I am.
Hi, this is Dylan Mulvaney, the artist behind the song Days of Girlhood, which is currently going viral on this app for most of the wrong reasons. I usually feel like art should speak for itself, if you can even call this song art, but I do think you deserve some context on this one. This was like a fun project to sort of celebrate the early days of transition and the joy that I found. So much of my series and my personhood got used against me by really extremist conservative media.
My personhood got used against me. I think I'm starting to be right about the gaslighting part. I don't get why you're all so mad at me. I'm not doing anything. Besides being a man making fun of women, trans women, and becoming a millionaire because of it. And Dylan is straight up lying when claiming that it's only extremist conservative media who criticize him. Let's just say criticize. It's more accurate. I have, as an old school liberal tranny, criticized him from the beginning. The same thing applies to trans people like Buck Angel, Blair White, who is center right, but still not a right-wing extremist. But I get it, Dylan. It sounds better when you claim that only extremists hate you. Because what does that say about you then? That you're an angel and should be liked by all people who are not crazy?
And I wanted to find a way to find the fun and the joy of those initial moments that I had in my transition.
Oh, like these moments?
Day 7 of being a girl, and oh my gosh, 1 whole week of being publicly a woman. Day 17 of being a girl, and I am the bearded lady. Ah! I don't think that womanhood or girlhood is chalked up to be these silly, frivolous things.
But when making a music video about girlhood, you chose to include the silly and frivolous things. When singing about what it's like to be a woman, you couldn't help painting all women as bimbos, hoes, cray-cray. Why? There's so many ways you can talk about women. Women's culture, how women behave. Why did you need all the pink?
I could have probably written a song about my pain or my trauma, but I didn't want to. I wanted to write a fun song, like girls just want to have fun.
Okay, so you don't understand why people are mad at you because the things you were doing made you happy. So what's the problem, is what you're trying to say. You know as much as we do why people are mad at you. That was the point, right? You wanted attention because attention equals money. So you knew when you wrote this song that some people might find it offensive. According to you, you could have been serious, but you chose not to because you wouldn't get so much attention if you were all innocent and real. That's the last thing you are, real.
If a cis pop star came out with one of those songs, I don't think it would have had this negative of a response. People would have probably just said, oh, this is a really bad song.
Right there. He only said this so his fans can use it as an argument when debating the people who have a problem with him. Because we all know that what he's saying is BS. He's not Cyndi Lauper, or whatever her name is. He's not Britney Spears or Madonna, or name any other regular woman writing a song about womanhood, I guess. I don't think I need to debunk his argument because we all know that he's not a woman, or a trans woman. I feel incredibly uncomfortable on real trans women's behalf. Whenever I watch Dylan, whenever he talks about being trans, I don't know this for sure, but I don't think any sane trans woman would make a song about womanhood, insinuating that all women are, to some degree, mentally ill and don't know how to handle money. Why would a male with chronic gender dysphoria, severe gender dysphoria, ever offend women like that?
Over the past 2 years on this app, so much of what I put out there has been sort of towing this line of trans joy and humor and comedy and versus satire and parody. And I think we as a society is trying to figure out right now, what are trans people entitled to speak about or sing about when it comes to identity and womanhood or manhood? And why does it make us feel so uncomfortable when they do things that every other cis person is doing?
No. Shh. Honey, it's only you who make people uncomfortable. Did you really just say that trans people make the rest of society uncomfortable? I like to highlight how trans activists are indirectly ruining the trans acceptance by promoting radical woke ideology. But this right here, Dylan is directly trying to ruin the trans acceptance, claiming that trans people make non-trans people uncomfortable. Don't get me wrong, Dylan is not the only trans activist that makes other people uncomfortable. The majority of all trans activists, I don't like to admit this, but they even make me uncomfortable. I hear trans activists say all the time, don't you understand humor? I was just joking, when they were not. Let's see if Dylan Mulvaney's soldiers got the memo and are using his argument in their own videos. Hey y'all, just because you don't like this song does not give you a free pass to be transphobic. So I was right. Dylan said something about, oh, just because you don't like the song. The only difference between my song and the iconic song Girls Just Wanna Have Fun is that you just don't like my song. The only difference between me and Cyndi Lauper is I'm on purpose just a little bit annoying. Right.
I've always thought misogyny came with a negative intent. So there's all these trends of like girl dinner and I'm just a girl and all these things. Like we as women just do that because it's funny and it's endearing and we've accepted the pink and the frills as a fun part of our personality. And a lot of pop singers, cis, white, typically pop singers, put this kind of stuff in their songs. It's like Seven Rings by Ariana Grande.
Which is a terrible song too, but go on.
So many singers talk about like their hair and their looks and their money and pink talking to guys and like texting and stuff like that. But we don't think it's misogynistic because it's coming from cis women and they're doing it as a term of empowerment. But then when a trans woman does it, you guys think, oh, this person doesn't know what it's like to be a woman, so they must be doing it misogynistically intentionally.
The fact that she thinks it makes sense in her head is concerning. You're a woman. You don't need to describe yourself as a cis woman, cis white woman, regular woman, normal woman, non-trans woman, or even biological females at times. You're a woman. If a woman made a song about what it means to be a woman, how can that be misogynistic? Because the person singing the song is a woman. But if a man makes a song about what it's like to be a woman, and he claims he's one himself, and then he picks the absolute worst stereotypes about women to include in his video and in his lyrics, some would argue it's misogynistic. Dylan Mulvaney is a man, Ariana Grande is a woman. That's the difference. I feel stupid for explaining this.
I personally saw a lot of privilege in that one music video, and I understand why some nerves were hit. In some lights, it can be seen as completely tone deaf given how many people are suffering in the world. But that's actually if you want to have a meaningful conversation about this. Even if you think this song is trash and you disagree with it at its very premise, do not be a bigot. This admittedly awful song release is not an excuse to suddenly let all the hate you've harbored in your heart out.
I'm not really a feminist or someone who likes to complain about misogyny. But what's so obviously ironic is the same people who are defending Dylan usually can't stop talking about being victims of misogyny, sexism, and so on. So why are they quiet now? Why are they saying it's not that deep? Feminists are literally talking about if air conditioners are sexist. The concept of having an air conditioner is sexist or something. They totally ignored that a man claims to be a woman, and when talking or singing about it, he thinks that women are mentally ill, hoes, financially irresponsible, and so on. I think if we have to talk about misogyny, if we have to highlight sexism, why not talk about Dylan and what he's doing instead of air conditioners? Don't you ever use Avril Lavigne in your activism. I forbid you. I'm a hardcore fan here. Avril Lavigne's song Hello Kitty is not great, but I love it. Bad songs can be great too in a way. They can be awesome or fun to listen to. But we're not talking about the melody, the beat. We're talking about the lyrics. Fortunately, we do see a rise in women criticizing Dylan and what he's doing. I think it was like a year ago, he almost had 11 million followers on TikTok. Now he has 10 million. Ouch. I know you're not going to believe this, but even trans women are starting to speak out against him.
That's not what a woman is to me. A woman is so much more than that. When I look at like my mum and my sister, these strong, courageous, brave, tough women looking after their family and friends and supporting people and uplifting everyone even when they're feeling down. That is really what a woman is, not pink, frilly, blowing money. With Dylan having like 11 million followers, there is a lot of eyes on her. With that comes consequences. What she does affects the trans community as a whole. Whatever Dylan does reflects on all trans women at this point.
Dylan Mulvaney is a fake brand, a fake person. My theory is he knows exactly what he's doing. Maybe every single little thing is planned out. Who knows? But no matter what's going on inside of his head, he's harming the LGBT acceptance. Dylan Mulvaney is not a trans woman. He was comfortable for years, showing off his beard, his white jaw, even his eggplant. Not entirely, but the bulge. Oh, don't even get me started. In front of millions of people. Millions of people. That is not transsexualism. Transsexualism equals gender dysphoria. Gender dysphoria describes the discomfort an individual has regarding their biological sex. Dylan didn't experience the discomfort. And please remember, a real trans woman is not the same as a man identifying as a girl, a little girl. I don't care how famous Dylan is. He will never be mainstream. Some celebrities might like him, collab with him, but celebrities, they're people, they're humans, but they don't represent the majority of all people. I'm happy to see he's losing so many followers, and I truly hope more people in the future stop buying his act, his BS, and will start supporting real transsexuals instead. Thank you all for watching this video. If you want to see more content like this, remember to hit subscribe and the notification bell. If you want to support me and my channel, you can become a member, or I have my PayPal link in the description down below. Remember to follow me on social media. I love you, and I cannot wait to see you in the comments. Peace out.